The people who are winning in this branding game don't have fancy websites. They don't have fancy anything. They just show up and say the realest that you ever heard in the industry and stand out and be raw and tell them what matters most. If you're willing to be brave enough to do that, and it doesn't require you to be an extrovert and be an introvert, you need to be, number one, following this channel. Number two, getting inside my Build Your Brand group, my badass emotional brand group. Because the idea is that being a badass emotional brand is all about you resonating with people up front. Do you know what the main purpose of a brand is? It's not about image. It's not about any of that. It's to become the only emotional solution. Say the real in your industry. Not to put people down, not to offend people, not to be controversial, but to be real and say what you mean, what you believe, what you stand by, what you swear by. If you do that, you win. You win. You're the one who comes out ahead. You know, I've been doing branding for 30 years. I did it for some of the biggest companies in the world. And both in music and film, I marketed $6 billion worth of films, as well as ran my own business for 20 years online, teaching people this, 100,000 plus people. I stopped. I did a whole rebrand, started a whole new group, Badass Emotional Branding, and opened it up literally in a matter of days ago. And I wanted to really share with the world that you didn't need the fancy stuff, the fancy background, the fancy everything. That's why businesses, especially online, are coming out of nowhere and killing it. Nobody's even heard of them because they did simple things that resonated. That's what matters. That's how you win. You win by showing up. You win by bringing your heart with it when you show up. You win by calling out the BS in your industry. Not about putting people down. You could call out their methods, not them. You point out basically not the bull. Okay. You point out the S, not the B, and you stand on something, even if it makes you unpopular. I'm going to say something unpopular, especially as a liberal. Donald Trump is a branding genius. Here's what he did. And I obviously I didn't vote Trump. I worked on Kamala Harris's campaign. I'm just the opposite. But let me tell you what he did that was genius. He called out the Bush family. I mean, called them out in his 2016 campaign. And they booed him while he was on stage right there in Bush country during a primary debate. And I said, oh my God, this guy could be president. Because he's the only one who was willing to call out the sacred cows, talk about the elephants in the room. And that's why he ended up winning that 2016 election. He was authentic. You can be authentic. That doesn't mean you have to be Donald Trump. That just means you have to be you. Can you show up for you in your industry and not give a damn about what other people think about you? If you can do that, you'll win.